As a result of the Ebola outbreak in DR Congo, the federal government says it has deployed additional personnel, thermal scanners and sanitizers to Nigeria's two major international airports as part of measures to forestall another round of Ebola outbreak in the country. The Airport Authority set the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport Abuja and the Murtala Mohammed International Airport Lagos are the two focal areas. Although plans are on to extend similar surveillance to the Port Harcourt International Airport, Rivers State, as well as the Aminu Kano International Airport, Kano. Once again, another batch of Nigerians have returned from the war-torn North African country of Libya. This follows the return of 258 Nigerians last week. They arrived in Lagos aboard a chartered Airbus A330-200 operated by Libya Airlines. Among those who were at the Murtala Mohammed Airport to receive them were Deputy Director Search and Rescue, National Emergency Management Agency, and the Director, Southwest Zone, National Commission for Refugees, Migrants and Internally Displaced Persons. After 4 years of being off the Maiduguri route, Arik Air has resumed flight operations to the Borno State capital. Arik Air says flights to Maiduguri will operate thrice weekly, with the possibility of increasing the frequency in the coming weeks. The flight will operate via Abuja. Passengers from other Arik Air network can conveniently connect to Abuja for their onward journey to Maiduguri. In the meantime, Azman Air Services has also acquired a Boeing 737-500. The 110-passenger capacity plane is meant to serve the rising demand of its clients. The 6-year-old airline also adds that the comfort and safety of its passengers remain a priority. Customs officers at Kuala Lumpur International Airport have seized 330 endangered tortoises. They were neatly arranged in boxes and flown in from Madagascar on Etihad Airways and had been documented in the manifest as stones.
In our investigations, we found out that the manifest stated the shipment was referred to as stones, and they also used a fake address. We inspected the boxes, and after checking, we found 5 tortoises that were believed to be from the plowshare species, and 325 tortoises believed to be from the Indian star species, with an estimated value of 1.2 million ringgit. That's about $277,000. For your information, we believe that the tortoise came from Madagascar because that is the origin flight. We don't know from where, but it's originating from there by using the airlines, but I suspect earlier.
Malaysia is a major transit point for the trade in endangered species to other Asian countries.
Cuba is a country comprising the island of Cuba, as well as the Isla de la Juventud and several minor archipelagos. Cuba is located in the northern Caribbean, where the Caribbean Sea, the Gulf of Mexico, and the Atlantic Ocean meet. It is south of both the U.S. state of Florida and the Bahamas, west of Haiti, and north of Jamaica. Havana is the largest city and capital. Other major cities include Santiago de Cuba and Camagüey. At the moment, Cuba represents a huge but challenging opportunity for U.S. cruise, airline and hotel companies, as American investors to the Caribbean island could increase as much as 7-fold by 2025. That's from a report from the Boston Consulting Group. As many as 2 million Americans could visit, up from 285,000 last year. Given that its tourism infrastructure is already creaking, but tourists here say the country is refreshing.
My mother, my father, none of them have had the opportunity to come. So now that it's open, I think a lot of Americans, especially younger Americans that are now doing the, abroad and seeing more outside of our normal, are definitely going to want to come to Cuba. I think it's beautiful.
I think people are very interested. Just in my own personal small sample size of friends and family, a majority were very interested in coming to Cuba, and coming to Cuba soon. They want to see it. They want to see a culture that hasn't been touched by capitalism.
To me, it seems as if it is getting ready quickly. I mean, just in the last few days, and I was here 4 years ago, so just the comparison between the two separate trips, I've noticed a difference. The infrastructure seems like they're definitely doing work on it to improve some conditions of the city, Old Havana, and kind of get ready for the tourism that's coming in. I mean, the cruise ships alone, that's tons of people.
U.S. travel to Cuba has already surged, albeit from very low levels in the last 2 years since former Cold War foes announced a detente and the Obama administration eased travel restrictions to the island. The Cuban government aims to double hotel capacity by 2030 through partnerships with foreign companies, it pointed out. So far, Starwood is the only U.S. hotel company operating in Cuba. There's also an opportunity for expanding cruise lines to Cuba. Several U.S. cruise operators have started offering lines to Cuba in the past year. As for airlines, they need to deal with excess demand for flights to Havana. They could carry out campaigns to lure Americans to other Cuban cities, as advised by BCG, and tap into Cuban demand for flights to the United States.
Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever. We shall always fight for our rights.
Finally, before we go, early this week, the Association of Custom License Agents crippled cargo activities at the Muritala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos. The agents say they're protesting against the numerous charges by the Nigerian Customs Service after a 42-day ultimatum.
We've been having a lot of issues with clearance procedure at the port, access roads leading to the ports, both the airport, seaports and border terminals. And this culminated into an ultimatum given to government, a 21 days ultimatum given to government. And at the expiration of that ultimatum, another 21 days equally was given, which expired on Saturday, last week Saturday. So when we feel that government is not listening through documentation processes, we feel that we need to come out to speak out for ourselves. A lot of challenges we are facing, and the prominent amongst the challenges, one is multiplication of various agencies at the ports. For example, if you want to take the customs, you see different custom units doing exactly the same job, and this affects government revenue. This affects trade facilitation. You see other government agencies that are not even supposed to be in the ports that are in the ports, doing exactly what's supposed to be done by only one government agent. And by the Nigerian context, the way we do in this, you know it will affect equally government revenue. So we now want the government to look at this, because we've traveled parts outside this country, and we have seen that what is obtainable in this country is not what is obtainable outside the country. And this negates international best practices.
That's all we have for you on this edition, but we're eager to hear from you, and our social media portals are open. Thanks for being a part. I'm Bukola Joe Oketumbi.